Hello from our wooden house in Rymarov in the Czech Republic, in the European Union. We will show you the construction process of the entire house, which I will build partly on my own, and I will film everything that will be done here. It will be built here on this beautiful 902 meters raised to the power of 2 plot of land. The house will be an L-shaped bungalow with a truss gable roof with hip ends, with a built-up area of 180 square meters. It will be heated by a heat pump. Forced ventilation will be provided by a heat recovery system, and there will also be a small 7 kilowatts photovoltaic power plant. The whole thing will be controlled by the lock's own smart system. We will analyze and describe all parts of the construction and technology step by step. We started with a geodetic survey of the land. Using a geodetic instrument, the surveyor measured the corners of the house. From these, he drew continuous lines, which I marked on the benches. We also marked the heights there. Here you can see the height of the bench from our 0 point, which I determined. This is the final height of the foundation slab. Then the footings were dug out and the guys marked the heights for pouring concrete into the footings. The grounding strip was laid and connected to the lightning rod according to the lightning protection design. The joints were treated against corrosion. The pump arrived and we started pouring. 54 cubic meters of concrete were poured into the footings quickly and had it all poured in an hour. The surveyor visited again and marked the corners of the house on the poured footings for the placement of the permanent formwork. The formwork was tied with vertical and horizontal rods. The vertical rods were inserted into the footings and the horizontal rods were tied together. Another rod was added to the corners for reinforcement and the whole thing was tied together with binding wire. Openings were prepared for the heat pump pipes, which I will run outside the house so that the pipes are accessible. About 50 tons of gravel also arrived for the foundation slab. Well, the formwork is poured. You can see the added reinforcement for tying to the top concrete slab. The connections for electricity, water, and sewage were also dug according to the project. I had a few more things delivered. A tube for pulling optical fiber, if Setin never brings it to us, and outdoor SolarX Cat 5e for the doorbell and electric lock control on the gate. We continued with the installation of penetrations in the slab, electricity, water, grounding, and all planned penetrations. I had electricity installed on each side of the house just in case. We also continued with the preparation of waste in the slab according to the project, sprinkling everything thoroughly with gravel, checking the slope, and settling it precisely. All 90-degree elbows were replaced with two 45-degree elbows so that the waste would have more momentum and not be unnecessarily slowed down. Here, the porch is already covered with gravel enriched with crushed stone and properly compacted with a roller. Recorded here. Dart. The foundation slab was covered with gravel and a radon extraction system was installed. Due to the elevated radon coefficient on the property, it was necessary to take anti-radon measures. Drainage pipes were laid and wrapped in geotextile to prevent the perforations in the pipes from clogging. All of this was gradually branched out across the entire surface of the foundation slab and led out of the slab through pipes. The vent will then lead to the roof and function as a chimney, which will remove the gas from the slab. Furthermore, air intake was also prepared in places where the fireplace insert will be located, and formwork was installed on the chimney foundation. I also pulled the CU pipe for the heat pump gas, which I run outside the house, the communication line for the heat pump, and the power supply cable. After landscaping, it would be much more difficult to pull. The guys also dug the footings for the retaining wall according to the structural assessment. Since the elevation of the entire plot is about 160 centimeters, after much consideration, we decided to bury one side of the house slightly below ground level and raise the other side higher. We will build a retaining wall at the edge of the plot and level the terrain so that I don't have to worry about it in the future and the plot is as flat as possible. We chose the zero height of the foundation slab from the driveway entrance. Then we continued with filling the slab, and after filling and compacting the surface with a screed, the slab was covered with XPS polystyrene. There is no need to buy slabs unnecessarily and then throw them away. The plinth is already insulated. We poured the first layer of concrete for the slab, which is 5 centimeters high. Then laid PVC foil on top of it to protect against radon and pressurized water. We've poured the concrete. Now we just need to water it thoroughly so that it doesn't crack. Next up was the foundation for the retaining wall. We carefully marked the height of the concrete poured into the formwork. The offsets were measured and poured. The foundation for the retaining wall is poured, the concrete should be watered, but sometimes there is simply too much water. It was necessary to dry the slab to weld the PVC. It took a few full vacuum cleaners. We continued with the insulation of the two-stage foundation slab, stretched the geotextile, and welded PVC foil on top of it to protect against moisture and radon. The guys carefully sharpened the passages and also pulled the insulation higher where the insulation will be below ground level. We continued by placing the permanent formwork on the retaining wall. Vertical and horizontal reinforcements. Everything nicely settled into place. And here we are preparing to pour the last layer of the foundation slab. Laying geotextile so that the PVC is not damaged. Spacer pads so that the mesh does not lie on the base and stack the iron. We also continued with the retaining wall, and we're making good progress. And here we are. The last pump and the last pour. Pour the remaining area of the slab and pour the permanent formwork of the retaining wall. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.